If you manage to somehow see news outside of the United States presidential election, you may have noticed that another world leader will soon be elected. On Thursday, the United Nations General Assembly will formally select the next United Nations Secretary General, Antonio Manuel de Oliveira Guterres. Guterres served as the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, as well as the Prime Minister of Portugal. He will be succeeding current UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon, and like all elected offices, the public and the pundits will compare the next with the current. So here, on the eve of Ban Ki-moon's leaving, how did he do? How will we look back on Secretary General Ban Ki-moon?
I'm Ban Ki-moon, 70 years old. I'm Secretary General of the United Nations.
The Economist describes Ban Ki-moon as one of the dullest and worst Secretary Generals, addicted to protocol, lacking in spontaneity and depth. The Guardian called him boring, disappointing, and bland. Political researchers call him invisible. Why has Ban Ki-moon been so remarkably underwhelming? Was there some mistake in electing him to the office of Secretary General? There was no mistake. Ban was chosen explicitly because he's so tremendously underwhelming. The United Nations Security Council chooses the Secretary General. Of the 15 nations that sit on the council, 5 are permanent seats. Those permanent 5, the United States, France, China, Russia, and the United Kingdom, all have the power to veto the Secretary General applicants. In 2006, the United States wanted someone who wouldn't be media savvy and charismatic. Kofi Annan, the previous UN Secretary General, whose criticisms of the Iraq War and charming personality became a massive headache for the Bush administration. Russia, on the other hand, wanted someone who wasn't too close to the United States. China just wanted someone who was Asian. The legacy Ban Ki-moon will leave behind will be, without a doubt, controversial. His failures to condemn Sri Lankan ethnic cleansing, lateness to intervene in the Syrian civil war, and administrative mismanagement could make him a simple footnote in the annals of history. However, the one issue where Secretary General Ban may have truly succeeded at addressing may be one of the most pressing for our generation. After years of failing to get the United Nations to agree on climate change deals, most notably in 2009 in Copenhagen, Secretary General Ban finally got his wish with the Paris Climate Accords. Ban Ki-moon's signature issue was climate change, and it was under his administration that the United Nations pushed to pass the climate deal. 77 nations have currently ratified the historic climate deal, including both China and the United States. If nothing else, this will be his legacy, his crowning achievement. As we prepare to say goodbye to Ban Ki-moon, the international community should reflect on the forces that chose a bureaucrat like Ban to the UN's chief management officer. Until then, we'll be left with more quiet diplomats like Ban Ki-moon, the more secretary than general.
You know, Gaddafi.
I remember Gaddafi, yeah.
The former leader of Libya.
Yeah.
He came to the United Nations. Then he was making a long speech. Normally, all presidents and prime ministers, they are given 15 minutes. He was speaking 100 minutes. By the time the interpreter, he has brought his own Arabic interpreter, he couldn't continue. He said that, I cannot go like this way. Can anybody help me? Then he collapsed.
He spoke until his interpreter collapsed?
Yes, that's right.
Wow.